It's Marianne Hobbs. We are XFM. You're locked on Music Response tonight, and I'm absolutely delighted to be able to tell you that Ed O'Brien is on the phone. Ed, it's great to talk to you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for speaking to me.
How are you feeling? You must be feeling incredibly strong as a band right now, fresh from the King of Limbs remix project, right?
Yeah, no, we feel pretty vital at the moment, if that's the right word to describe us. We feel, it's been a really good year. We put the record out, and then the remixes came out really well, and now we're in rehearsals for touring, and we're trying to sort of keep it creative. We've got new songs we've got on the go. We've been rehearsing about 4 or 5 new songs this week, so we're going to try and take those on the road. So it feels really good.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, Tom's mix for our programme is just about hitting 50,000 hits. That's absolutely incredible, isn't it?
I'll tell him that tomorrow. He'll be well chuffed.
In the meantime, though, I've got to talk to you about this brand new track that we have for the programme tonight. The Daily Mail, it's called. I don't know about you, but for me, it feels like there's such an immediacy about this, such an incredible sense of raw energy.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we put it together for this from the basement, this thing that we did, live versions, this kind of with cameras filming us playing songs from King of Limbs. And I think as a kind of reaction to having been in, studio with our studio heads on, we've had this song kicking around for about 6-7 years and hadn't quite sort of got it together. And I think the very fact that what it needs huge bursts of energy, but really focused energy. So it's kind of, it builds up the intensity to the end. And it's just a big release. It's kind of, I think when we played at Glastonbury this year, and then where do we do it in New York? It's a really lovely antidote to all the kind of maybe beat stuff that we've sort of got on at the moment. It's kind of it taps into something that we've done in the past, and we still kind of think is valid as well in what we do.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say it's been kicking around for a few years, because it does feel like a pretty profound statement right now about contemporary culture, doesn't it? Yeah,
it's funny. It's like it's weird because it's absolutely right, and we spoke about that because I think when we first played it I think it's like 2005, and things sometimes things resonate at certain times or they don't, and but back then it just, for whatever, we knew Tom had written some beautiful chords, and the lyrics were great and the same as they are now, but they didn't quite ring like they do now. And it's definitely quite present. It's definitely quite of the moment now. Yeah,
absolutely. There is another song that we have for tomorrow's show, which the listeners are going to be desperate to hear about. It's titled Staircase. What can they expect from that, Ed?
Well, Staircase is a track that came out the jams from King of Limbs and the sort of initial demo stage. And we didn't really sort of take it on. We didn't really take it on much further than the initial stage. And then when it came to doing a couple of extra tracks for this from the basement, we looked at that one, and it's amazing how quickly again it came together. There were sort of parts there, and we rather than it came out, it sort of was in the box. It was in the computer initially as a demo, and then putting it into a band context with 2 drummers. And it kind of brought a life to it, and it really worked. And again, it's kind of it's kind of another part of what we do, really. If that helps, I don't know if that.
No, absolutely. And you know what? I cannot let you go tonight without asking you about UK shows. I mean, obviously, I bounced onto the website today. There are shows announced right across America, 4 in Italy, I think. Yeah. European shows in almost every corner of the continent. But when are you going to be playing in the UK? We
will be. I mean, I think the nature of these things is it's not down to... We are definitely playing the UK next year. All it is a matter of staggering. It's a kind of a nonsense, really. It's staggering how they sell the tickets. So, it's just the industry. But we will be. I mean, it's basically in a year's time we'll be playing the UK. It'll be the autumn of next year.
Okay, well, that's fantastic news. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Well, you know what? I think we're going to have to play this tune a second time on the show tonight, and I would like you to introduce it for us, Ed.
Okay, this is the Daily Mail.